Let me get fresh something here. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to another amazing night of Awakening America, the most talked about meeting of the week. That's why. Why? Because amazing rock stars, regular, average, everyday people are becoming phenomenal. And stories are being brought from real stories, real people that you can enjoy of success stories and more on. So I want you to help me welcome this amazing rock star. She's a health benefits educator. She's a mom. She's also a hardworking mom in this special month. All moms are amazing always, not just this month. But she also had the courage to dare to transition and become a mompreneur. Not just a regular mom, but she's still working, but she's a mompreneur. She's a total rock star who's crushing it, making a big impact, and you're gonna be served tonight a buffet of information. So please help me welcome all the way from Orange County, California, Miss Sonia Van Hecke. What's up, Rockstar?
You know what, Omar? The energy you bring to all of us is so contagious. And I want to thank you for being that man, for stepping up to the plate and leading us here tonight. You know, you've been doing amazing things, and I'm watching you and I'm saying, you know what, I want to be like that guy. I want, you know, for some of us, right? I mean, you're here tonight because obviously somebody invited you, whether you're trying to get them off your back because you're just like, okay, look, I'm going to come to your meeting. Don't bug me anymore. But you know what? They seen something in you. They seen something incredible that they knew you can do this. Because why? Because this is a proven system that is doable for everyone. And that's what I want to make sure tonight that you know. Now, I know we're celebrating mothers this month, and moms, you guys do an amazing job. And I get it. I get it. I've had 6 kids, twins at the end. So try to do double duty, right? 2 bottles. It's hard. It's hard. I get it. You know, between one diaper changing and then giving a bottle or whatever it is you have to do. I understand. There's a lot of tasks that we do as a women, and we're really resilient in that. But men, you also are needed, right? You too sometimes do mom duty. So I just want to let you know, we celebrate you too for doing a role that maybe you didn't think you were going to have to do one day, and you are. So thank you for that. But Omar, I want to share first. I know some of you might have already know me, but I want to share a little bit about my story, because I think sometimes when you understand the person, then you can click and say, okay, I could kind of relate. I see where she's going. I see where she's been. So let me just tell you a little bit about my story. My story started when I was born in Honduras, okay? I came here at 4 years old, like some people do with their parents, trying to look for a better life. My mom worked continuous all the time. I was a latchkey kid. I had to walk myself home from school. And, you know, and there was times where there was bullies out there. And yeah, I got beat up sometimes on my way home. It wasn't always easy for me. And there was days that I missed school. So school to me sometimes was a challenge at the beginning. I was even so naive sometimes that I was telling them earlier today, somebody asked in English, because I didn't know English, who takes the bus? Everybody raises their hand, and I don't want to feel like the outcast. So what do? I raise my hand, and they take me on a bus 3 blocks away. Guess what? I looked, and I'm good at duplicating. If you're good at duplicating, guys, this is your business. This is your business, because that's all we do here. We copy, paste, right? You used to that? Well, anyways, I ended up walking back to where I needed to be, and lo and behold, there was police officers and my mother crying, and, you know, the whole 9 yards. But moving forward after that, I went to high school. I thought I was a big shot. I dropped out. I started working full time at a company. I seen how much I worked in HR. God is really good. I don't know what your belief system is, but I need you to tap into that, because in this business, you need to know what the truth is. And whatever truths you believe, it's true. You can do anything that you set your mind to, because it's already been placed on your path. You know, one of the biggest things that I don't worry about is that I know for a fact I will make it big. Why? Because it wouldn't have been placed in my heart as a joke. I know my maker. But I just want you to know that if you're here tonight because you're thinking, hey, you know what? There has to be an easier way, Sonia. I can't be working 40 hours for the rest of my life, 40 years, 40 hours, 40 years. And at the end of the day, there's not even enough money to retire. And that's where I'm at, right? 53 years old. I'm looking at my retirement account. How many times did I tap into that to buy my first home, to pay off debt at times, or I got myself in situations. So all of us try our best to do the best with what we have. And it's great. But when you get to a certain point and you realize that, you know what, you look around, if you're young and you see the older people and they're still paycheck to paycheck or struggling, you need to know that you need to do something different. And there are different ways of making money. And that's what we're going to share with you tonight. So that's where I found myself now at age 53, realizing that after having 6 kids, guess what? They take a lot of money to raise. It's not cheap. If you want to put them in sports, if you want to do maybe a little trip. I mean, you know what our trips were? Camping. Yeah. For some of us, that's great. I'm not knocking it. I did it for years. But you know what? There's resorts with towels and pools and nice warm meals that you don't have to prepare for yourself, right? All that stuff is available to you, but you just got to find the vehicle to be able to get it. Okay. And we're going to share that vehicle with you tonight. So me, I struggled. I bumped and bruised as along the way, went back to high school, tried to finish college, got pregnant, had a baby, and then got married, that had 5 more kids, got divorced, got remarried, had a stepson. And now I have 3 grandkids, fast forward, right? But still, as I see my family grow, what do I want for them? I want them not to struggle. I want my grandkids to know who I am. And in a sense, this business not only gives me a twofold blessing, it gives me the fold that it's helping me grow as a person to where I can leave behind these videos, right? My grandkids are going to watch them one day and say, "Guys, that was my grandma." Yeah, that was your grandma. You know, that's where you get it from. That tenacity, that nonstop wanting to do better. Leave that behind for your kids. Leave them the legacy of who you are and what they're made of. So they know and they remember, yeah, money's great. Things are great. Trust me, it makes life very comfortable. But those things can come and go, right? It's what we leave embedded in their hearts. That's what stays long term. And that's what this business does for you. Not only for your family, but for all those people that you're going to meet along the way, and you're going to touch their lives. I'm not sure. Are we going to put up the PowerPoint and share the screen, or so I can kind of, okay, so let's talk about this world, right? Because right now, you know, between the health threats that we just gone through, I work in the healthcare industry. And when the pandemic hit, man, I'll tell you right off the bat, it was scary. Why? Because my business is to go out and meet with people and talk to people and teach people how to use their medical benefits. Well, when we couldn't go out anymore, guess what happened? This old gal here had to learn technology, and there wasn't many people teaching technology, but guess who was on this business, the networking business? We were learning here. We were learning a lot. And that's the only way I was able to know how to work Zoom, WebEx, and everything else. So no matter what situation happens, right? I want you to be able to grow as a person and also protect yourself financially. So whether it be inflation that we're headed towards, because I mean, they all know what's going to happen, right? All the models are there to predict what the future holds for us. Yeah, hold on to your cash. But remember, there's one area that people will always invest in, and we're going to talk about that. Also, you want, you know, when all this chaos is going on, you want to make sure you're in an industry that is not just dependent on the US dollar. You want to make sure that if something were to happen to that business or that income that you're producing is not dependent on what the US is doing. You want something that's global. So when the global crisis hits, it's not just here, there, it's basically you're covered everywhere because you're building a network of people that are not just based here. So as we see things happen and we see things stir people up, and all they do is run and, you know, like Chicken Little, the sky's falling, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. We want you not to be running around saying the sky is falling, because you know where you stand, and you're standing on solid ground, on ground that's been already made for you over 25 years of a company that's been around. So go ahead and go on to the next slide. Now, one of the things that I want to share with you about this opportunity is that, like I mentioned before, it's globalized. So, you know, before, if you put up a business, I had a board and care of elderly people. Yeah, really depressing, because most people came to me when they were already almost on their way out. And yes, we took care of them till the end stage. But that business required me to have a home to house them. I had to have liability insurance. I had to have equipment to take care of them. I had to have staff, workers' comp, and a whole lot of other things, okay? To run a traditional business that's brick and mortar to be able to service, right? In this industry that we're in, it's globalized, meaning that we have no walls. And with the internet, and now it opened up a whole market of areas that you can work at. So as a mom, most days, right, from 8 to 5, I'm working my job that I do. And then usually from 5 to 6, I'm cooking a meal. And then from 6 to probably sometimes late to 11 o'clock at night, I'm usually either taking care of something for the kids or I'm working my business. So it doesn't matter what time of the day is, because guess who's awake when people are asleep here in the United States? Australia, Spain, all those people on the other side of the country. And that's where I'm working, okay, on my network business. So you want a business that isn't dependent on where you live or that it has walls. Now, rentability basically is a way to make money, right? If you bought property and you rented it out, you make a rent every month for the property, correct? Well, in this business, it's somewhat similar, because every time you teach somebody to do what it is you're doing, which is basically leading them or sharing with them a product and they share it with other people, now you're getting paid almost like a rent or making a commission almost on everybody. So you're accessing income from many areas at this point, okay? And then one of the biggest things, and that's why I love this business. I'll tell you, the number one reason is the community. When I go to my regular job, people are very nice. I'm not going to say they're mean, but my boss doesn't want to give me her job. Can you believe that? She doesn't want me to take over her position because she likes her job. So in this community, we don't have that. We all encourage each other to grow. And I want you guys all to grow faster than I do. Why? Because we all win. When people start winning in life, we all win. And that's what you get in this community. So if anything, okay, I don't care how long it takes you to build a business, but when you're around people that are moving somewhere, guess where you're going? You're going to go with them. If you notice, what do they say? The pot of crabs, right? You put a crab in a pot and the one crab tries to get out. Guess what? All the crabs will keep pulling it back in. That's sometimes our circle of friends. You pretty much tell what income levels people are in a sense, because they hang out with each other. If you want to become better or do more, you got to get around those people that are doing better and doing more. And most of the time it does mean servicing. It does mean being available to others, Go ahead and go on to the next slide. So with this opportunity, I'm going to tell you, there's no risk in the sense, because we're not going to ask you to buy a huge inventory. It's a turnkey system. The number one, Amazon Bezos is probably the richest. I mean, I know it's what's his name, that other guy, Microsoft guy, Gates, but there's a lot of people that are very wealthy. And Bezos, what does he sell? Do you guys know what he sells? Nothing. He provides a platform for people to put their product, and he basically makes it ability to deliver it. Well, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about almost a drop ship type of business where it doesn't matter what country, okay? You're able to grow this business, not only here in the States, but internationally. You're going to tap into a company that provides you everything, the tools, okay? And I'll tell you, I know a friend right now that she's looking to launch her business, and she bought a website that's not too expensive. But if you want to buy an app, do you know how much an app costs to build? And then you have to have a lot of information to be able to decide how you're going to make this app. It's over $10,000. Guess what this company does? They give it to you for free. They don't even charge you. I've been in other businesses where they charge you for everything, from the learning materials to the website to you name it. Here, they give you all the tools, all the training. You have a community of people you could tap into for resources or suggestions. They even give you their added information. Okay. And then the tool not only gives you the training and everything else, it gives you the management tools to manage your business. That means you'll be able to see, okay, my friend Barbara just bought some Renewal. And you know what it is? I tell everybody about what we do simply because I know there's a lot of people that suffer conditions. And the first thing they do is they run to the doctor, and the doctor gives them what? Pharmaceutical, right? And most of the time they don't want it because it's going to give them a secondary effect. So every time I get an opportunity, I share what I have, and it's as easy as clicking on my app and sending them the information. So the system is very turnkey. It's very easy to share, and it costs you absolutely nothing. The only thing you're going to invest in is what you're going to decide to take. Now, you might be asking yourselves, who's the company, Sonia? Let me tell you who the company is. It's called 4Life. First, I seen the name, I go, 4Life, 4Life. It's like, you know, 4Life. You think, what do you mean 4Life? 4Life is a company, believe it or not. It's an immune system company. It's a state-of-the-art company that has scientists. Every product that they make, they do hundreds of tests on the product for its efficacy and efficacy and purity. They've been around. 4Life has been around for over 25 years. If you've never heard of 4Life, just imagine how many people you're going to be able to talk to about 4Life. And that's the way I've seen it, because every time I run into somebody, I ask them, I go, have you ever heard of 4Life? And they say, no, I've never heard of it. Okay, so I need to tell you about their products because you're telling me you have something. But they're a debt-free company. They're based out of Sandy, Utah. And basically, the owner has decided that he doesn't want to ever sell his company because he wants to keep complete control. So I want you to know it's a company that is owned by David and Bianca Lisenby. They're people of integrity. They don't want to leave their company in the hands of others. That's why they've had it in their control forever. They manufacture the products, and then you become a consumer of their products. They have over 1,000 employees that they support around the world. They're in over 70 countries. So it doesn't matter the country. Take a look, and on the app, all you do is change the country, and you can share it with that person in the other country. That's how simple it is to do this. If you needed to change the language on the app, you can do so too, simply by clicking on the app. But the product that they have is a unique product. It's a product that only they have. Nobody else in the world has it. It's called Transfer Factor, and it has over 60 patents, just so you know. So the technology of how they produce this product is completely captivated here at 4Life. Nobody else can get you this product. Can they get you something more, not the same, but in a sense, colostrum, right? They could get you that, but that's not Transfer Factor, which is the molecule. And I know tonight we have someone that's going to give us a testimony. I think it's Dan, right? Dan's going to give us his testimony. And Dan, thanks for coming on tonight to give us your testimony. I know for myself, I have an autoimmune disease, and it's helped me tremendously. I mean, if you took pictures of me before and after, you'll be like, what? Yeah. Dan, give us your testimony of what you've gotten from the product and the company as well.
Well, thank you, Sonia. Thank you for the invitation. And first off, thank you for sharing your story. What an empowering story. You know, listening to that, I hope there's someone here that has a similar story and can get somewhat connect with what you went through, because it is it's empowering to hear stuff like that, and to hear how you've been able to overcome and just keep going and never give up. That's what this is all about. It's about faith and being able and believing that you're gonna do it no matter what. So thank you for that. My story, my testimony is a little bit different. I have a lot of testimonies about Transfer Factor, and it does what it says it'll do. Actually, my son was sick last week, and normally, he'll be sick for about 2 weeks, and we took him to a doctor. They gave him albuterol and all that stuff, and never does anything to him. But we have Transfer Factor in the house, and in 3 days he's back to school, no problems. So that it is an amazing product, and if you're thinking about it out there and you're listening to us for the first time, please give it a try because you will not regret it. But my product, my testimony today, it's about our Transform line. We have a line that is for active people. We have a lot of the different products in that line. Fat burning, we have proteins, we have products that for energy products, and but my testimony is going to be about the renewable. Renewable has been, I play sports all my life. I play basketball collegiately. I did track and field, and I swim in my younger years, and I'm still active. So playing ball and doing all this sports, it takes a toll on your joints. And about 2 years ago, I had to stop playing basketball because of my knee started, my left knee. And I really didn't know, I'm like, okay, I know this is it because my other friends went through it. And a lot of them had to stop playing ball because of their knees. And I'm like, let me see because I never took renewable until 2 years ago. So I started taking renewable, and within 3 months, I was back to the gym. Best thing I've ever done for myself, as far as going back to the gym and playing basketball and all that stuff, because that's what makes me happy. That's when I feel like me. So renewable is an adaptogenic, and it contains turmeric, which is a superfood. It contains ashwagandha, and it contains schisandra, which is 2 herbs that are adaptogenic, and it helps with the cortisol levels, which is some of the things that happen with the stress. And whether there is stress from, mental stress from being at work, or whether it's the stress from working out, the stress creates inflammation in your joints and all this stuff. And that's what cortisol does. So these 2 herbs help a lot with that. And another thing I take, and I have taken many, many, many pre-workouts. I mean, I've taken everything from C4 to NO Explode 1, NO Explode 2. I've taken everything in the market, and all these things work for about 20 minutes, and then you start crashing, or you got to take another shot. But Prezoom is a pre-workout, and it is amazing. It contains tyrosine, which it helps with to stay focused and with energy levels. It does have caffeine, but the caffeine is natural caffeine from green tea. And it also contains a lot of amino acids like creatine and glutamine and citrusine, which they're good for building your muscles. And the good thing about Prezoom is that after I work out, I come home and I still feel energized, and I still can do all the things that I wanted to do, which is great for me because lately I've been going to the gym late, and I get up at 4:00 in the morning to go to work. So, but I am beyond grateful with the company for this product, because it had helped me immensely. And I don't think I'll ever go back to take anything different than this. These products are not probably, I'm 100% sure the best products that I've taken as far as for my active life and working out and health so far.
That's awesome. I actually have a son that graduated last year, and he goes, "Mom, I need something to help me with working out." And I gave him Prezoom, and he says, "Oh, this really works. You can feel it tingling. It kind of makes them tingle." Yeah, it gives you, it's not too much caffeine, he said, because he had tried something else and he was getting headaches from it. So I know that Prezoom is really good. Renewable, yeah. I mean, especially after the first time you're working out. I mean, I personally, with the Renewable, I'll tell you, when I had breast cancer about 10 years ago, so I can't afford to get sick, guys. So I believe in investing in my health. I invest in people and I invest in my health, meaning that our time is precious, right? And we want to deposit things that are good in our body and deposit into people. But I had diagnosed osteoarthritis in almost every joint, especially my back. In every joint. And when I stopped taking Renewable, because sometimes, you get lazy and then you start something, you stop something. I'll tell you, the pain comes back like that. Oh,
You
yes, you
can
can. Renuva is one of the only products that we have that's meant to work immediately within like a certain period of time. You'll be able to feel it. So if you guys have anybody out there that you know is struggling, maybe they have, you know, a lot of stress in their life, start with Renuvo. I know I love Transfer Factor. That's our signature product, but Renuvo has helped so many of my friends and family. So that's a great one too that you mentioned.
It helps you feel young. It says, what does it
Yep.
say? Feels like
Make you feel 22 again.
It does.
Thanks, Dan. I really appreciate your time and sharing your testimony with us. Because honestly, I mean, how do we know about the products unless you guys come back and tell us a little bit more about how they work for you? Go ahead and
thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Oh, thanks, Dan. Omar, are we going to continue for the slides? Because I know you guys are wondering what is this business that you're talking about, Sonia? So I want to mention to you guys that in this business, we can meet you wherever you're at. When I started as a customer. I didn't want to be in a business personally because I just didn't think I needed one, okay? But when I was taken to a meeting and I seen the people that I met there, I seen people that were very successful and were helping other people grow because they knew the product was real. I have 2 doctors in the business that are building the business, so they know that the products work. But I started as a customer, like I mentioned first. When I seen other people that had built the business that really didn't have any formal education. I mean, one gal, the first lady that I met, her name was Alicia, and she was living in a garage. She had just come to this country. And now she was making more money than me a month. And she was making a lot more than me. And then she had her own house. She had a beautiful car. And she tells her testimony, and it was incredible. And I thought to myself, you know what? If I could help people be better, you know, somebody gave me an opportunity once to get a good job. What if I could help people make more income so they could be with their kids a little bit more, right? Especially you moms. I know you work hard. And if you could turn it all around, you would. But maybe you just never felt or had the vehicle to be able to do it. Another way that you guys can do it is if you like selling things, no problem. You can be a distributor. You can be an influencer. You know, the influencer contract, it doesn't even require you to sell anything. You share the product, doing whatever you're doing already, okay? Because I know I have a few influencers, I think, that are joining us tonight. All you'll be doing is doing what you do best, but now you're going to be sharing a product as well. And as people come through the store, guess what? You're going to get paid 25% the very next day. You're not waiting for a commission check once a month. So the more you share, the more you make, okay? You can also do what me and most of the folks here on the call tonight are doing, which is we are building a network of people that want to make change in the world, that want to change and give people financial freedom. Because when they get financial freedom, they get time freedom. See, money is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's what people do with it that makes the difference. So you'll be able to decide how much money you want to make. Maybe some of you guys are saying, you know what, Sonia, I'm still raising my little kids. I don't got much time, but maybe I can dedicate 30 minutes a day or an hour a day. Fine. You know, most of us only dedicate 2 hours a day to this. And what we're doing is posting, calling people, letting them know what we're doing now. And we invite them to the website to try out the products. There's even a health assessment, okay, that you can invite people to do that will let them know exactly what products are good for them given their specific situation. But as you're sharing it, you'll see here that when you bring in 6 people, yeah, that's not that much, right? $24, but this is the reoccurring income. We're not even talking about the other 8 ways that you're getting paid. There's a lot of different ways that we get paid. We get paid on first sales, we get paid on reoccurring, we get paid bonuses. There's trips that you can win. But as you grow, right, and sharing this, you might find people down from you or people that come in because of you that might want to build this business at an incredible rate because they want to make that $20,000 a month. They want to replace their whole income so they can be home with their family. I myself, I'll tell you, as I've gotten older, who got older? My mother, my dad. They more than ever need me now. Everything they did for me when I was young, well, guess what? My turn is coming up. And how am I going to be able to do that if I don't have enough income to stay home to be able to take care of them? Here's a vehicle that's going to provide me the ability to be able to make as much money as I desire, to be able to stay home and watch my parents. Would you like to do that? Is that something that's in your heart? maybe just buying your first home or taking your family to Hawaii, right? I mean, little things that might not be significant to others, but they are meaningful and significant to you. You decide how much you want to do. You can start off just like I did as a customer. Let the person that invited you know, hey, you know what? I liked what I heard. I'm not sure if I understood it all because I think I came like 10 times and I still did. To this day, I'm still learning, okay? It's okay. You're not going to get any tests from us. You're basically going to grow at your pace. But it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever waxed your legs. If you pull the strip really slow, it hurts. Doing it faster is better, and building momentum is just something that's very contagious. And when you start bringing in people and people start sharing it and you start seeing the income, because you see the income the very next day. When you tell your friend, hey, I started taking this product like the Transform line, you start losing that weight and you start seeing the difference in your body, you're going to say, hey, Jessie, take a look at this stuff. She's going to buy it. And guess what? You're going to get paid the very next day as well. And if Jessie tells Joe and Joe goes and buys it, guess what? You get paid again and again and again. And it just goes on and on and on, guys. But whatever your dreams are that you've forgotten, that you set aside, because I get it. We all work. We work really hard sometimes that we put them away in a box and we just never go back to them. We just think, life is going to be what it's going to be, but it doesn't have to be. You get to make a choice every single day, every single minute, how you're going to accept what's happening and how you're going to move forward from it. We just wanted to share this message tonight with you, letting you know there's a team of people out here that want to help you grow and get whatever it is that you want so you can achieve all the dreams that you want for you and your family.
We got a bunch of youngins up in here because you guys see that gentleman there that shared a story, Dan Rojas. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to let him. Dan, can you just share your age right now with us, if it's okay with you? If it's okay.
I will be half a century in November.
Look at that. Look at that. Do the products work? They speak for themselves. Look at that.
That's right.
They speak. 50 years old, hitting the gym, playing basketball. He looks like a millennial. He looks like just going to college right now. So you can imagine that. I can say my little bit of me. I'm a young grandpa. I have a 6-year-old grandson, which is amazing. So, and look at us. Look at Jennifer. Jennifer's younger than me, but she looks like she literally came out of high school. See, so we have people up in here that it's just not just how we look, but it's how we feel, how it's going to make you feel down the road. Us Gen Xers and baby boomers who are probably more like up there. We are the ones who could suffer the consequences if we don't take care now. Now, once again, it's your Jersey boy, Omar Redemar, straight from the Garden State. I'm honored to be here sharing the stage with amazing rock stars like Sonia